We're catching hell in this system. So reading on. Now it says, she remembereth no more the anguish for joy that a man is born in the world, into the world. Right, now, let me get my precept. This is Isaiah chapter 66. And I was going to start up a little bit. All right. Isaiah chapter 66, beginning at verse 6. Now it says, a voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple. Right? Because see, really the judgment is coming from the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? So, people may look at us like we're, regular men, normal men, which we are average men, you know what I'm saying? The way that we are, you know what I'm saying? But we're vessels that's dispatched to do a job that's been sent from the heavens. Okay? We've been commissioned from the heavens to do what we're doing. All right? So people may look at us as, as regular men or, average men that's just screaming on the corners. But the judgment is from on high. All right? So read that again. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 6. A voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of Yahawah. Now, at first it said a noise from the city, then it said a voice from the temple, right? Now it says a voice of Yahawah that rendereth or payeth back. Actually, rendereth. It says, fully repays, recompense to his enemies. Right? And that's a part of our joy. Okay? Now reading on. This is the point right here. Verse 7. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man-child. You can't get around that. Let's read this again. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man-child. Right? Because when you think about the core of the curses, when we speak about labor pains and our nation catching hell, we're experiencing that great travail in this time. It's that great travail. That great anguish is happening right now. This is the worst captivity ever. This captivity eclipses ancient Egypt. And we know how bad ancient Egypt was. America is like that times 1,000. All right? That's why America goes back to the Hebrew word mar or mara, which means bitter. It means bitter. All this is bitter. Now we eat those bitter herbs during Passover so we can remember the bitter punishment, the bitter captivity of ancient Egypt. Well, guess what? America itself means bitter. This is the new Egypt. Double straights. You talking about you catching double hell here, man. Hey, man, at least in ancient Egypt, we knew who the hell we were. You knew that you was an Israelite in ancient Egypt. Here in America growing up, you didn't know that at all. All right? So Esau went far harder on us than Ham did. All right? But the point is, read this again. Before she travailed, before she caught the core of the curses, before this time, before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, the core of the curses, she was delivered of a man-child. Who is the man-child? Yahawashi. Because Yahawashi came around 2,000 years ago. He came, 2,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? The point is, though, now we know that we're in that time of that deliverance. Okay? And also a precept to this, you can read in, what's that, Revelation 12? Speaking about the nation of Israel compared to a woman, that great sign in heaven, a woman, she had a crown of 12 stars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. The sun representing knowledge, the moon representing understanding. The moon under her feet. You know, that woman is not the virgin like Guadalupe. All right. That's not the Holy Mother. That woman is the nation of Israel. But it tells you in the same chapter, she being with child, cried, travailing in birth. And pain to be delivered. Roughly paraphrasing. You know, so just a precept to that. But keep reading, you know. So we know that the Lord came already, you know, 2,000 years ago. Which we know was, you know, over 2,000 years ago, but you get my drift. Verse 8. Who have heard such a thing? Who have seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Let me read that again. For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Now, what's the meaning of this? Starting over verse 8 at the top. Who have heard such a thing? Who have seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? Now, this is what we're witnessing, brothers and sisters. But, you know, I'm mainly addressing this to the brothers. We are witnessing the birth of our nation. All over again. All over again, man. You are witnessing the birth of a nation. Even like, for example, speaking on ancient Egypt. Speaking on ancient Egypt. Now, real quick, let's jump to Exodus. Because it's something that I want to expound on. All right. Exodus chapter 1. Exodus chapter 1 and verse 5. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls. 70 souls. For Joseph was in Egypt already. Right? So pretty much that's a seed being planted. We didn't go into ancient Egypt a great nation. We went there few in number, small in number. Okay? But we came out of Egypt an exceeding great army. So pretty much Israel entering into Egypt, that's like a spermatozoa. You know, it's like a sperm, pretty much in planting the egg, you know, and developing, you know, the different stages, you know, going from a seed. You know, you got the embryo, you know what I'm saying? And it's developing until it's a baby. And then it's born, man. All right? So pretty much ancient Egypt served as an incubator to house the nation of Israel until it was time for us to be born, to be birthed, to be delivered. And that deliverance was us coming out of ancient Egypt through the Red Sea. You know? There's like a woman's water breaking. When you think about it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that salvation was, it was beyond understanding. All right, how the Lord did that. The Lord is going to do something far superior in this time. And showing you the Lord don't change. He doesn't change. Guess what, Christians? The same entity, the same spirit that delivered us from ancient Egypt is going to deliver us from modern day Egypt, from America. And who's that spirit? Yahawashi. Yahawashi. All right? He is the deliverer for the nation of Israel. Okay? He's going to be the one to deliver his people. His people. All right? But it just shows you he doesn't change. Hey, the Lord is so far out, man. Because see, with Yahawashi, you get everything. You got everything, man. You know? Hey, both salvations, man. The salvation from ancient Egypt and the salvation from modern day Egypt. And it tells you in the book of Isaiah that the Lord is going to set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. When was the first deliverance? From ancient Egypt. He's going to do it again, man. It's a replay. But see, this time, see, the Lord, he's all about showing his power. There's going to be more power with this one. You know? Because the Heavenly Father, man, the Heavenly Father and his son, they're the ultimate Judites. And Judah like to show off, man. Judah like to flex. show that power, man. So, you know, the Most High, he like, well, they thought that was something. Wait till they see this. Hey, that's why them chariots, man. See, and you brothers know about it. And we're going to go back to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stay on script. But you brothers know, man, when you first came in the truth, really it was just the faith. It was just faith on the chariots. Now, we knew that those were the angels in those ships, you know, navigating, you know, piloting those vehicles. We knew that. We believed it, and we still believe it. But see, it all started on faith. It was based on faith. And after that, what happened? You know, then slowly but surely, you started seeing things. You know, you used to break your camera out. You had a camcorder. Probably used to film at certain times of night. And you would see that chariot zigzagging in the sky. You know? It went from that to it's like, hell, the Lord like, nah, that ain't good enough. That ain't good enough. Wait till they see this. Hey, get back. Get back. It went from that to the Lord like, I'm gonna show them they self. They don't need no damn camera. Hey, cause pretty much our eyes, our eyeballs, you know, the way your iris and your pupil is, the actual camcorder and these different cameras on the phones, they're based off of our eyeballs. You know? Pretty much you got a camera that's within your body. You know? That's synchronized with your memory. You know? That's why you can remember certain things. You think in pictures, right? But the Lord, he makes you an eyewitness. Like, you know what? Fuck that camera. You the camera. I'm going to make you see it. So if you seeing, you know, chariots through a camcorder or whatever the case may be, or let's say you was watching videos on YouTube, right? Because there was certain people out there where the Lord gave them encounters. And hey, you know what? When you brothers first came in the truth, you remember it. There was some great encounters, man. Some of those videos I still look for and can't find. And I wish I could find them. But the Lord showed us something even greater. Now you see it for yourself. You see it. In the daytime, man. Daytime, nighttime. You know? Some girls may see it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking in the spirit. But the point is, the focal point is on our salvation, man. That's what we're in this thing for. We're not in it for views. You're not in it to be liked. You're not in it to be cute. You know what I'm saying? To be cool with people. You know what I'm saying? To be beer buddies. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, brothers link together. We fellowship. There ain't nothing wrong with having a drink. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to say, let just men eat and drink with thee. So that's the balance to it. But I'm saying this thing that we're part of is not solely a hangout. We're here to work. You know what I'm saying? But the end goal is you getting beamed up, man. All right. And for brothers, you know, that have seen the thumbnail for this video, like I said, I'm going to go back to the scriptures. I want to show this real quick because I didn't bring it out in the last video I did on the chariots. Now, I was speaking on that movie, The Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And one of the last sit-downs I was, getting into, you know, which the point I made is how this chariot is likened to the chariot that was over Mount Sinai. That's why they did this, man. You know, this is Esau really putting it in your face. But pretty much, you know, the Lord is going to show out, man. The Lord is going to show out. And you even got people like Steven Spielberg, you know what I'm saying, a major, you know, movie director in this world. And he's a so-called Jew, by the way. But when you look at the end of this movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, at the end of this movie, they pretty much show you a close-up of the chariots, man. And not saying that they look exactly like this. Not saying they look exactly like this. But you know what? Hey, man, we got an idea. You know what I'm saying? We have an idea, but you know what? We really gonna know when the Lord appears. When he shows up, and he's gonna show up. He's already showing up, man. Hey, because really, you know, when you think about the holy angels, they're an extension of Yahawashi. Because they're representatives. The word angel goes back to the Hebrew word mala'ak, which means messenger. Those are the Lord's messengers. And we're also messengers. But those are the messengers in the heavens. Okay? But the point is, now we're waiting for that great debut. That world debut, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me go back to this in the book of Isaiah. All right. Because the Lord compared us to a woman in childbirth. And let me read that again. Okay. For you brothers that are just tuning in, you probably didn't hear the scripture. All right. Isaiah chapter 66 and in verse 8. Who have heard such a thing? Who have seen such things? Hey, because the Lord said he's going to work a work in our day that we should not believe, man. Look at all these brothers waking up. God damn it. Look at it. Look at the brothers, man. All over the earth, man. This is the truth. This is that gospel that was foretold to come right here, man. All right. Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? That's how it's going to be once we're delivered. A nation is being born at once. You know, because see, you see Israel rising up. You see us waking up. And in the spirit, we're putting on that new man. But when the Lord comes back, he's going to physically change us. You're really going to be transformed into the true Israel. We was getting into that earlier. The true Israel. All right? Which once again, for you so-called Christians, and I'm saying so-called Christians because really y'all Satanists, man. You're Satanists and you're pagans. All right? Hey, man, for those of y'all that want to claim my book, man, you better understand what you're reading because you don't know what's in this book. You don't know what this book encompasses. All right? The salvation is only for Israel. So when you read scriptures dealing with the Israelites that were called Gentiles, let's address that. You think it's an actual Gentile, but it's actually an Israelite. We call them Israelite foreigners. And really, that's who we are today. All of us, man. The fact that we've been removed from our heritage, you know? And also vocab, you can't separate the people from the heritage. Now, you want to make it seem like the heritage is only the land of Israel because the word heritage goes into inheritance. That land is our inheritance. That's our God-given land. You know, our power-given land, our God-given right. You know, we have the right to that land. You know what I'm saying? But the heritage is a precept. Let me get it real quick, man. Like I said, I know I'm all over the place, but Spirit want me to get it real quick. Let's go to Sirach. The book of Sirach, chapter 17. Man, all praise to Yahawashi. Sirach chapter 17 and verse, man, let's get to the point because we got a lot of precepts, you know. Sirach 17 and 10. And the elect shall praise his holy name, his separate name, a name that's not of this world. That name ain't God. That name ain't Jehovah. That name ain't Yahweh. That name ain't Allah. And I was watching a video earlier, man. You know, for those of you different Islamists, you know, you people that believe in Islam, you know, you want to call on Allah, you know, you want to gather at Mecca. I was watching a video, and this guy, he was breaking down the way the people over there at Mecca pretty much circle the, what they call it, the Kaaba stone, which supposedly, you know, fell from the heavens. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be, a fragment from outer space, you know? Because pretty much Allah is a moon god, you know? But sticking to the point, he said that cube that people gather at, that they encompass, that cube represents Saturn. And the people circling that cube, they represent Saturn's rings. Because see, the elite worship Satan, man. You know? And they got that whole vibration spreading all throughout the earth, man. And you damn Islamists, you know, you people that believe in Allah, you're Satanists, you know? You may do things a little bit better than so-called Christians, but you know better. You know better. Y'all a bunch of Satanists too, man. But that's the vibration that's going out. And dealing with these so-called Jews, they wear those black cubes on their heads. They represent Saturn. And even on this, what's that? The Abrahamic Accord or the Abraham Accord coin that they just put out, that one silver coin. When you look at the top of that coin, because they got like a Middle Eastern sword, right? Because that coin has a lot of symbolism on it. You look at the top of that coin, they got Saturn at the top. Saturn is right at the top.